Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and today we're playing Modulus, which we started last week on, I think it was the 2nd of April when it launched. We are going to pick up where we left off. I believe we were working on refining oil and blue dye. So that's kind of where we're going to pick up. I'm going to have to refresh my memory as to where we are and everything. So it'll take a minute for me to reorient myself, but I think it'll be a good time. Thanks for the hype train to kick things off. Really appreciate that. We've got Moira CST has resubscribed at tier 1. Appreciate that. 6 months. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Really appreciate the support. If you want to jump in on the hype train, then it is 100 bits, a tier 1 sub, or a prime sub here on Twitch. And the prime sub and the tier 1 sub get you access to the Discord. You can also get access to the Discord if you'd like to join the Patreon page, which is patreon.com/JoelDuggan. I know you're shocked. I'm just Joel Duggan everywhere online. I'm very easy to find if you're looking for me on TikTok or other places. Sandy with 1,000 bits. Thanks very much, Sandy. Appreciate that. I'm going to switch over to the game so we can hear those notifications. So, we are going to just continue where we left off. If you're new to the game, this is a mining and factory building game. The resources appear to be unlimited. You just pull the polyrock out of the ground in these miners here, and then they get moved along and they get turned into different shapes. And you can see the different shapes moving along the conveyor belts here. We set all this up. We had to shape them and dye them, and that's all happening in these buildings here. And then they go into here, and this building requires a certain amount of these things to produce the thing that it needs to produce. Right now, it creates blue pigment. And the blue pigment is then being picked up by a drone, I think? Yeah. And taken to here, and then blue pigment is coming out. So when we left off, we were just refining the oil from here and taking that over and turning it into blue dye, I think. Blue paint, sorry. It's a dye mixer, but it makes blue paint. And I know that we're also waiting for a tech tree upgrade as well, if I remember correctly. Ginger the Lily gifted a sub that went out to Queen Chicken. That's a fun way to spell chicken. That's awesome. There was no sound for the sub, and the music is a tad loud today. The background music, like what you're hearing from YouTube. Let me just see if I can find that. Let's turn that down then. Hopefully that's better. No sound for... Can I replay that? You're right, there was no sound. Why is that no sound? Have I hidden the notifications by accident? Which leaderboard? Oh. Yeah, that was all hidden. That's weird. There we go. Did you all hear that? And see it? I'm not sure why that was hidden. Sorry about that. So once again, thanks to Ginger the Lily for the gift sub, to SweetSandi for the 1,000 bits, and to Moira for the sub. No sound. Screen capture. Dan Grice gifting a sub to I'm Merking. Thanks very much, Dan. Appreciate that. Are you... I mean, I'm hearing it, which is the most important thing. Still no sound. All right, I'll mess with that later. I don't want to spend the entire stream troubleshooting. At least you can see it though, right? Okay, cool. I'll look at it on the first break. Is the music volume better? So we have tech tree. We're here. We need to do advanced cores, Android assembly line. Gray building is going to be upgraded to the floor 3. Grain amount is up to 6. Efficiency view. That's what I would like to have. Basic stamper. I think the stamper is something that we need, if I'm remembering correctly. I think that's what they wanted us to do. Can filter out specific items or modules from a conveyor belt. Oh, that's fun. Having a filter is nice. So a sorter would be good to have, but I think we have to go with the stamper. I think that's our next bit. Complete a module challenge, unlock the stamper node in the tech tree. Right. And that's happening because of what's happening here. Thanks again for the hype train, folks. That was a level 2 at 50%. Appreciate it. All of this is not running efficiently. Complete a module challenge. That was these, right? This seems like a decent one to try. Okay. So for that, I guess we can just... I'm not going to want to undo anything here. We're going to try, I guess, new machines for module challenge. It's probably going to be temporary. Let's put that over here somewhere. Memory serves. The belts do 60 per minute, and these do 15. So you can put 4 on a belt. That's 4 in a belt there. And then we need to put those into what will be conveyors. We're going to get rid of these trees. And that, can I pin that? Pin module. Okay, cool. Now we need furnaces. It's gonna take me a minute just to kind of get reoriented here. furnace. It takes 50, but it puts out 15. And it's going to put out a cube. And we have to take that 4x4 cube and turn it into that. So we need to cut it into 4 pieces with a cutter. This is outputting 15 a minute. That's fine. Now that is only 3. So I say we cut one side off? Or do we have to cut it all down? Need another cutter. Oh, that works. That's what I want. And then we have to do an assembler or 2 assemblers. So we'll probably need a splitter. And assembler. Oh, we're getting a mix of both. We'll have to see how... This might not be the most efficient thing, but I'm just trying to brute force it. I think that's what I want. That goes like that, and then we'll do that one. Figure that. And we'll do the same thing here. What did I do? I did down to the left, so I'll do the opposite. So here, like that, and then like that. And then we have another assembler. Put that like that, and that like that.
New module created.
And that's the module. Now I just have to get it back to wherever. Delivered. Where do I deliver it to? Here. And that's on the other island. Uh-oh. That's not working. We have to do something different. Okay. Is this not, is it just not exporting? Is it expecting something different in the lane? Operator is expecting a different module. It's not outputting. Yeah, it's not. We have to do this differently. I think we have to cut them and then reassemble them. So we'll do this in the first cutter. Oh no, second cutter. Yeah, so then these all have to be the same. Okay, hold on. Alright, so you... Oops, crap. That's what I want. So now they're all going to be the same. And then we just have to assemble this in lots of 2, 4, 6. If I just do them all together as 2... Wait a minute. I don't have to cut this down that far. I can do this. That's what I want. So these are going to be the same. And then from here, I could do that. And then rotate this and put it that way. And then do another assembler. There we go. Nice. Okay, so we're making the thing. I just need to get the thing all the way over here. And that should be pretty straightforward. I don't know if I can use... I can only resource collect from buildings. I can't airlift stuff just on its own. Guess we have to run a belt. Now we've got these sky bridges somewhere. Skylines. Oh, cool. It just runs the whole span. That's nice. I should just be able to connect this up. To that. I can see the need to reconfigure this a lot more. And I don't remember how many of these we had to make. Guess we'll find out. Trying to figure out how to get items from a chest into a water stream. But I don't know how because the chests and the water streams aren't lined up. In Minecraft? Yeah, you'd want to do like a dropper, an auto dropper clock. I've done it before on my stream. I just don't remember what video you'd have to go check out. What would be a recent... Maybe the creeper farm on the Mushroom Island? Alright, so these first modules are making their way in here. We'll find out whether this is the right thing to do. I see you had a go at some challenge modules. These are meant to sharpen your internal systems. With every completed challenge, you'll become more efficient. Excellent initiative. I do love a self-motivated unit. In the context of this game, we're a supercomputer. Like, we're the boss applesauce computer in the sky that we're trying to oversee everything. That's the idea. I've completed the challenge. Is this giving me points? No. Delivered 1, delivered 200, and you get, oh, you get the reward is you get 6, 8, and 10. All right, so we have to wait for 350 of those to go in, and then we can move on to something else. Okay, that's fair. That's what I mean by some of this stuff is temporary. Like, I built this looking crappy because, like, well, I don't really need it to be there very long. Once we're done with that, we can just move on, right? Jay Flaherty, hello, welcome in. Oh, was the delivery amount actually 800? Oh, it just doesn't say. Fair. I'm going to try to keep the spoilers to a minimum. Okay, so we've got that. Unlock the stamper node. We should be able to do that now. I just have to remember where it is. The stamper can stamp out a section of a voxel. Pretty handy for making holes, for example. Ah, that's even better for what we just did. Okay. Proceed. Excellent work. You've clearly grasped the fundamentals. From here, your factory will be entirely your own. Should you ever need reference material, the colony has prepared a manual which can be found in the pause menu. Now the real work begins. Good luck. Cool. All right. Deliver 1 android. Oh, we've got this. This is Stamper. What building is making an android? What building is making an android? Advanced core facility. That's probably in here. Yeah. Okay, so that's the next step. We'll have a little ways to go. So what I should do is try to figure out, now that I have that stamper, I can probably streamline this a little bit. So this is making that. I don't have a way. Oh no, that would be more complicated. Okay. That's fine. Is it backed up at all? 15 per minute out. 4. Making 30? Or that's just the max? I feel like that's probably going about as fast as it's going to go. I would definitely like to unlock that efficiency mode. I feel like that's a better way to find out how you're doing stuff. So it's either efficiency mode. Well, actually, advanced corp is probably what we should do first. Okay. All right. We are not making a heck of a lot of these. Definitely on bottleneck back here somewhere. Plus, I've got all this polyrock that I could use. This is making gray processors, and this turns gray processors into data something. Gray data shards. So it's low on that module. Which is coming in from over here. No. It must be here. Yeah. So what are you not getting? You're not getting the large black piece. So I need to increase the number of blocks coming in here. Fair. Okay. That I can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1. Oh, crap. And that's going the wrong way for some reason. Take 15. This is outputting 15. This is outputting 15. All right. That's not what we want. We want that. That's going to do that. That's also going to do that. This is where I want this to go. That should increase the stuff down the line. Okay, cool. I find that I have to check the flows all the time. How much in, how much out. Yeah, I wish that they would display a little bit more. That's something I do remember from the demo, is that we had little units that we could put on the belts that would show the amount of materials going through. The fact that it's like 15, 30, and 60 is good. Like, I like that. So this is only taking 15 and 15 in. This is outputting 30 and 30, which means we could probably split this again and have this be its own dedicated thing. So we could copy this again, right? And then have this. Oops. The copy paste is really nice to have. Right, so that's 60, but that's splitting in half. So this is only accepting 30? No, it's only outputting 15. This is outputting 15. This can accept 15. This can accept 15. But it's not. It's only getting 7.5. See, this is the thing. This doesn't tell me what it is accepting. It's telling what it can accept. Is this doing better? I feel like that's doing better. 3 of 6 as opposed to 1 of 6. Yeah, Campfire. I know that I have to unlock the counter in the skill tree. I do remember having to go back and like increase all the yields and all the efficiencies and stuff. I feel like if I could approach this the same way I do a Satisfactory with a main bus, I feel like that'll be better. 24. I think that's what we needed, right? Yes. Produce advanced cores used in the process of making androids, hyperbots, and blue processors. I think we can put that over here. Where's a good spot to have that? Maybe there. Basic refinery. This is a advanced core facility. This is the one criticism I have with the game. Art is that as cool as it does look, these look very, very similar, and I think that they should do more to make them look different. Other than just the symbols and the colors, like I feel like they could do a lot more. So we need blue that, blue that. So we'll make the blue flat one first. And then we need that. I remember having to make that. That took forever last time. We need to just make all the poly rock. That's the thing that needs to happen right now. That might not be the best position for that. We might want to put that somewhere higher. Let's move this. I don't think there's a move command. I think you can just... Yes. Maybe we'll piggyback on that facility. All right. So we've got... Make all those. I'm going to have to bring the blue dye. I might have to move some of this around. Stamper. Right, that'll be useful for one of those. That's 4 to there. And then we'll do the same thing here. That way. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 there, and then we'll do these last 4. Oh, no. There. So now we've got all that mined up, and we've got 4 belts. That's each one of these is 60. And then we gotta put those into furnaces, and they each accept 60. But it's a big building. Or bigger. But we're not using this space, so we can just do this, right? Thanks. I don't know how I didn't hear the sound. 0T666 resubscribing at Prime 29 months. That's amazing. Thanks so much. My Amazon sub was loitering, so I put it to use. Thanks very much. Appreciate that, Zero. Good to see you. Hope things are well. Alright, so these are going to take this all down. And it's going to take in the 15, 15, 15. So it's taking in the 16, reducing it down to 15. So now I need to know if I need to combine all those or not. We're going to need to cut them. And the cutters only accept 15. So putting them all together would be useless. So what we should do is cut them all. And I think the most common... Some of them we're going to cut. I think we should cut them all down into 2x4. I'm sorry, I keep on messing up the hotkeys. So we need... lat and 8. We need to do this. And that's going to output 60. They all need to stay on the same belt. Okay. Now guess we cut them again. Oh man. We should assemble them, I think. This is where it gets tricky. You can't hear the TTS sticker either? Oh, okay. That is an OBS thing. How have I not... Okay, let me just see if I can grab that quickly. I can play a test sticker.
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
That might be kind of low, but did you at least hear it? Yeah, you got it? Okay, cool. I'm going to replay Zero's Prime sub. Did you also hear the noise for the Prime sub? Yes. Okay. I must have deleted that thing. How is the volume on both of those? Were they very soft, or were they loud enough for y'all? Soft? Okay. I always have to crank up the additional volumes on things. OBS capture 0. Let's try 6. It does not work the same way that an audio editor works. Like if I turn something in the podcast up by 6 decibels, it would be crazy. But for whatever reason, it works here.
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
I'm not sure why my Sony ZE10 is getting that. That's better? Alright, cool. I'll also try this again. My Sony ZV-E10 should not be picking up any audio. That's really weird. Are you getting an echo on me at all? No? Okay. Where is the audio capture for Sony? So strange. I wonder if it just got mislabeled somehow or mixed around with an update. Hey, we got 150 XP and 8 catacores. I don't know whether this is any good or not.
Remember, everything's a boomerang if you throw it up.
That's a terrible Skeletor voice. Cool sticker, but no. Looks fine. But not happening. It's too bad that wasn't a better impression. Okay. No echo on me. Okay, that's good. That's strange. Okay, so back to this. We need to cut these down, or no, we need to assemble them, but the assemblers only take 15 each, which means that this is outputting 60. It has to be split twice. Wow. We might want to spread out these guys. So that's going to output 60. And then this can feed 2 of these. And what do I want to do? I want to make the flat one. I wouldn't want to make the same thing. I'm going to need both. So then those will get combined. One of those will get dyed. Which makes sense. I actually don't know how to make a dyed piece. Tractor, oil rig, assembler, damper, monotutor, painter. Painter. Right. It might be better to have this go sideways, you know? Okay. The painter's gonna go somewhere. We need to paint these first. We can combine these, which is nice. And time to dye some text so that you can see the hour has passed. Thanks for the break reminder. Appreciate that. Okay. So we know we've got to do this thing here is the next process. It only takes 15 of each. This is outputting. Oh, so I shouldn't combine them. And then this is making 15. I wish it was easier to orient these things. We're probably going to use this lane for oil. Okay. I will take that break. If you're new, I do this about once an hour. Gives me a chance to refresh the coffee. You get to hang out and watch the factory go. I'll be back in about 6 or 8 minutes. The game definitely puts a little bit of a chug on the extra computer stuff that I do during a stream. The transitions are definitely choppier. Alright, so we need to move this around a little bit. And this is just oil. I feel like if we move this over here somewhere, it'll be better. This is not putting out any kind of specific number at the moment. I just want to get this to actually function. Right, okay. That's what we need to do. I feel like we need to figure out... This is doing 260s, so that's all the oil coming off of there. And this needs... 15? It only takes 7.5 and 7.5. Okay. So, I should turn this into like a dye making area. $133. I feel like we can unlock some stuff here too. How did we get so many of those? Wow. Android assembly small. Backtrack. More cranes. Crane reach. We want this. For sure. Operators that cast a colored beam into the sky to mark an area for visibility purposes. Interesting. This is the counter. We definitely want that. Can filter out specific items modules from a conveyor belt. That would be handy too. We only have 99. Is there anything else down here?
Chat is calling for missed subscriptions.
Where did the subscription happen that I missed? Was it on the break? Dalara resubscribed for tier 1 18 months in a row. Thanks very much, Dalara. 18, that's amazing. Getting up there, Joel. Super glad I found you through the podcast. Enjoy the chill vibe. Thanks very much. Appreciate that. Thanks so much, Dalara. And thank you, SweetSandi. Was it Sandy? Who did it? Yeah, SweetSandi for the AI TTS sticker. Right after I came back. Sorry, I must have missed it. Or I obviously missed it. Stamper. Dye mixer efficiency. Freight hub. Well, that's expensive. Conveyor speed. I want the thing that trashes stuff. Where does that go? Play case. Storage depot. Can store up to 1,024 items. Huh. Overflow splitter, that's cool. Crane reach, craner mount. Note blocks. Oh, that's fun. Miner speed. I am not seeing the Trasher or whatever it was called. Maybe it's farther down. Well out of reach. Okay. Let's go with counter. And I feel like that sorter is eventually going to be helpful. Basic assembler level 2 just increases the inputs. All these are very expensive. We're not making the blue power data cores yet, whatever they're called. There's a lot of stuff that's only available to the grays. Skylines, linked buildings. Okay, I guess we'll just work with that. Where is the view? Efficiency view. Right. That's what I'm talking about. Not as bad over here as I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be a hot mess, but it's actually not terrible. Obviously, this is under construction, so it's definitely a thing. That's cool. Okay. So I think what we need to do is get some of this oil. These are all currently... That's only 7.5. And this is going to be pumping out 260. So that needs to be split. That's 30. Needs to be split again and again and again. So I think the thing to do is actually going to be to move these. I guess I have to put that here, actually. Okay, so that's going to be 260s, and we need to split everything. And so what we'll do is I'm going to wrap that this way. And we'll do splitter. That's... I guess I can probably compact this a bit. So that's going to be 15s, and then this has to get split again. I have to bump that over and work backwards. think this is right. So that's 30 and 30, 15 and 15, right? 60, 30 and 30, 15 and 15, and then 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. And then those need to get combined with blue dye. And each one of these can have its own. And this collecting blue pigment, I don't know how much this is producing. 5 per minute. We should just do this again. So we know we've got the oil that we need. Copy paste is really handy. Oh, crap. And then I just need to do copy this, and I guess I'll switch and do it that way. All right, so we know each one of those is 7.5. So I don't need any of this anymore. And then this. I guess for now, we'll just bring this back. We'll have to adjust this later. And now I have to find an efficient way to lay out this. This thing is a pain. I think I remember this from the demo. That's just a real pain. takes 15. This is outputting 15. So that's a 1-to-1. So some of those are going to stay and some of those are going to go. This one we could probably use the stamper on. Oh, right. But then the stamper has this thing that it shoots out that we can't use. Hmm. All right, well, we can cut this. In half. And then we can combine those two. And at least get this going towards the facility.
New module created.
I missed the last Modulus stream. What's the general summary of the game so far? You are a AI system tasked with making robots and androids. And so you're making... I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see one, but you're making these little guys and sending them to this thing. This is very similar to the space elevator in Satisfactory. And so you send them in there, and then you get points that then unlock the tech tree that make everything easier. So you're basically just mining polyrock and then turning it into shapes. And then this building is going to be making androids, not robots. And so we need to have so many of these things to construct the building first, and then after that, like this building, it requires a certain amount of shapes and it produces blue pigment. But this one needs blue dyed components, so that's what we're doing. I don't know why this is not... Why is that not working? Should that not be producing the thing? Why is the world elevated at chunks? I have no idea. Just part of the game design. I don't know why this isn't making a thing. Like, what have I done wrong? Doesn't make any sense. The right thing, right? 4, 2 on top. Now it's working. I don't know why it stopped. Weird. Oh, I definitely hit the wrong button a lot of times. That's frustrating.
New module created.
So then that goes out to here. Yeah, there's something screwy going on with the game. Like, this is not working the way that I expect it to. Anybody know if there's some known bugs with assemblers? That's doing what it's supposed to. When you go into the factory modules and do this puzzling, what exactly is it, or how does it work? What's the idea behind that? I don't know what you mean. Like, what do you mean, what's the idea behind it? It's a puzzle game. The conveyor isn't coming out of the output, Leafstorm? Thanks, I'll take a closer look at that. Maybe I'm not connecting it properly. Okay, that's those two. So now we have to do the other one, which is going to be more complicated because I don't have a trash bin. I have a silo? Maybe that's what they... I don't remember the silo. Maybe they replaced the trash bin with the silo so that you can't just have something have an overflow. Yeah, storage depot. Overflow splitter. Okay. Maybe that's what they've done. All right. Well, oh. Can filter out specific items. Let's get that. All right. So now, this is going to get split down again. These are really tricky. So yeah, we're going to have to change the orientations of these. I don't have enough room. So we'll do... These are just putting out flats, and that needs to get combined into at least one. $60, $15. Oh, whoops. So, 60, 30, 30, 15, 15. Do that. We'll have to remove those. The puzzling part, what does it do? That you have to shape it into something to produce it. You make the parts to feed the buildings. The buildings make stuff with the parts. Like this is making blue dye out of these three parts. So you make those 3 parts and you send them into the building and it makes blue dye. And then this building needs blue pieces, so you have to use the blue dye to make the blue pieces. Yeah, the blueprint's right here. So I've got that piece done and that piece done, and now I'm trying to make this piece. So you make the big flat part, right? And that's going to stick that out there. I think we need a lot of these. We need 32 of everything. So now that's going to be making 15 of those. The thing is that the requirements are never a nice even number. Right, so then these things are making... I can combine this probably. Right, so we're going to make those things. And then now I need the stamper. So what this is going to do is we can reset this and just draw out part that's going to stamp. Then you get this piece out and this piece out. So this is going to be going forward and this is going to be shooting out the side. You can see the indication by the lights. So then we have to take this and I think send it over to one of these new buildings, which was a silo. Sorter. Actually, we could probably use these. Can I make those into the other parts? I probably can. Those, yeah. So I can cut those. So then this is going to get this little 2x4. Cut that in half. And then we can split that. Probably dye it first. Go in black, and then we'll have to... The hard part with the assemblers is that the assemblers need 2 outputs no matter what, or 2 inputs no matter what. Now we make that. And this thing is outputting the stuff with the hole in it. That goes all the way up to here. Alright, so now we've got the thing with the hole in it. And I need one more assembler. And so this is going to go there. Oh, I need 2 assemblers because we can only assemble one at a time. This is not going to go here first.
Delivery target completed.
I need to do... what do I need to do here? I need a splitter here. It should give me both. And so what I can do is arrange this to a part. This took me a while to, the first time I played, to realize that you don't have to actually connect them. You can just create a configuration. And we're running out of space, but then we do one more. I probably have to move this over here. So we are making them, but we're just not making them at the speed that is going to be good for getting this done quickly. And it's not bad. We're certainly making more of these than we need. And one of the downsides of putting everything close together like this is that you really can't tell how fast something is putting things out. Well, I guess we can do a math. That's going to be putting out 15 of each, so that's 30. This can only take 15. So that's why that's a little bit slow. So what we could do is make another stamper. And combine it. That's not going to work. Oh yeah, that's going to work. And then we just have to do a tunnel here. That should max capacity everything. But then, for whatever reason, this isn't picking up the thing. Did I do it wrong? Oh. I did it wrong. I did not see. That's the thing. Okay. Right. Well, that explains that then. So we have another bit of process going on. So this, we have to do, that makes 2 of those. We have to split it here first. All right, so this is now putting out we should dye them before we split them. That's going to make black those. And then we'll split that. And combine that back here. And some of that is going to be cut. And then some of that is going to be assembled. Right. So then this goes here. Oh. Order of operations. You can't do that. Oh, yes it can. I think that's right. Yeah. And this is outputting that. So then we have got to do another splitter. Guess we could combine. Yep, do that again. Kind of an odd configuration, but we'll get there. Final piece. That goes there. This goes there.
New module created.
That should be the right one. Now I just have to put a crane here. Yeah. Okay. So messy, but that's, I think, part of the process with this game is just like you're going to have to redo stuff. But obviously the challenges are really good because we've really ramped up our tech tree resource. The data, gray data something. Gray data shards. Right, and if I look at the... Yeah, see, this is slowed down because it has the things that it needs. So it's not like a continuous flow game. You tend to have to backtrack a lot. Now we're just waiting for this to get all 32 of those. So while we're waiting, we can look at the tech tree. I mean, I kind of want the silo. We have the counter. Actually, let's see if I can place a counter down. Assembler. Sorter. Counter's way over here. Does it tell me? Oh, I see the loading bar. So it's gonna kind of keep up the... It's like the counter in Satisfactory. It has to kind of load. That's gonna be helpful. When you figure out how the parts are made, then it's easier to make more of the same kind, yeah. I just find that it's the cramped space that I don't like. I think that's the thing that I like about Satisfactory is that you can kind of expand vertically, and here there's no vertical. The closest that you get is using drones to move things around. And also, like, this math is terrible. The whole, like, needing 6 and 8 and 32 of things when everything is coming out of here in 15, 7.5, and 30. Don't need that anymore, I don't think. I definitely feel like buses are going to be the way to go, like having main bus for oil. This was a successful idea. We just ran out of room here. And, I mean, like, really, we'd probably have to run these over this way to really get it going. Kiwi be good, hello? What does it cost for a new island? It is these golden tickets, which I believe I have one of. But, I mean, I have room on this island. It's more like getting the polyrock to the building that you want is the problem. It's not so much the islands. But yeah, we've got a couple of these blue ones I think are unlocked. This is a much more open island. Don't know what that resource is. Like oil. This is a very fun symmetrical island. I kind of like that one. This one looks like a pain in the butt. And there's not much on it. There's no... is there any... I don't see any polyrock on this island either. There was a map. There's the map. Don't think this gets bigger. Yeah, there's more polyrock over here. This one wouldn't be bad. Yeah, I can see myself going more for this one. Like, there's no... We could easily, like, take the polyrock and just, like, do all the polyrock stuff here and then do the oil stuff over there. What ham, what ham? I think that's how you say that. Welcome in. Thanks very much for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. I'd imagine that your name ends up being a joke about who's on first in Twitch chats. Like, what do people call you for short? What? All right, did that finish? Where are we? Yeah. This building isn't being serviced by harvester drones. The building has stopped production as it's waiting for harvester drones to come pick up things. So now this needs 8 of those, 8 of those, and 8 of those. Not whatever we were sending it before. And I don't know what we were sending it before. It is getting all of those things, but it now needs a harvester drone. And I guess for now, I'll just put that guy right here. We can assign this. This is the one thing about this game I do find very weird. So this is producing advanced cores. And I think we now have to send the advanced cores onto another building. Yeah. Deliver 1 android. Oh, we do have a scrapper. Destroys everything that enters. Okay. That's just part of the... I didn't see that in the tech tree. When did we unlock that? I did not see that. I think that's a good kind of bit of UI feedback too, is that these little gray things over here should be colors. I feel like they're... We do have a scrapper. Counter. Data center. Camper. Where's the silo? Did I not unlock the silo? Or maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. Alright, we'll unlock that now. There it is there. Storage depot, pardon me. Oh, it's cool that it puts like what's going into it on the top as a hologram. That's kind of fun. The visual design of the game is very cool. Yes, Nadila, I did get the break. Thanks very much. Appreciate that. All right, let's do that. Let's take the break. Right. And then we'll figure out what the next step is going to be. I have to unlock the building, I think, here. Small Android assembly. So I probably should not have unlocked the silo. All right, well, that's fine. We'll hang out here for the break, and I will be back in just a few minutes. I wonder if it's just the this particular scene for OBS that has some weird stuff going on with the transitions. Did we need 80? 96. So this is going to unlock, I think, this building. We're going to need more of this polyrock stuff. Probably going to be easier just to send this under without the cutter. So what we'll do is... Oh, I could back those up, and then we could probably send them underneath. Oh, that's as far as it goes. That sucks. Crap. That's going to be really tricky. Well, I had to back them up anyway. Fine. This is only doing 30. Because I guess this is slow? It's probably backed up, not because it's... I find this weird. Yeah. Probably because it's backed up. We're producing more than this needs. You really have to do some mental gymnastics here. We need even amounts of all of those. So why is this slow? I guess I could maybe be making 2 of these? Yeah, that's the slow part. Right. It's only getting half of what it needs. Yeah, this can only take 15 a minute. That's what I did. That's what I did wrong. Okay, well, we can fix that. We can fix that. We need 1 toner for each one. This map looks like how my brain works, says Cosmic. Tons of things, tiny space, all going in one direction. We'll reach its destination eventually. Nice. Yeah. Okay. So we need to have 2 monotoners. So I need to remove this for now. And then this we can put back. And then this we can combine. 15 out, 15 out. 15 in, 15 in. That should speed up the production of these guys. Yeah, all of a sudden these guys are green now. I'm not sure why he's still yellow. Oh, did he just shift? I think he shifted. Yes. Okay, cool. That's going to speed up production there. We can now unlock this guy. Consumes 8 advanced cores to produce 2 androids. And we would have to service this with one of these cranes. But there's the advanced cores. But first we have to build it. That's the issue. I've got a funny feeling we're going to need to put this over here somewhere. I don't want to mess up the oil. So we'll do this. I guess here? Jeez. Well, we know we've got 2 bits of polyrock here that are just not doing anything. We need to try and send those in steps. I did not leave myself enough room, however. And we can't go underground and change directions. We have to go in a straight line. They should have things pink for peak efficiency. That's one of the things that you can do is have like a beacon. There was like a light thing. Yeah. Factory pointers. All right, what's the next thing we need? Probably extra cranes. I mean, we're a mile away from that anyway. Do I want to try to get this stuff over there? Or do I want to try and go around? Maybe we'll go around. I don't know. See, I wish that we could use drones for moving things around that weren't from buildings. I don't know that we can do that. I didn't see any like drone tech in the advanced tiers here. Oh, 3 buildings. Raider hubs. Wow. Okay. That's all locked behind the blue stuff. More freighters. Freighter hub. I feel like the freighter hub might be what I'm thinking of. I guess it's going to be easiest just to start this over again. So we definitely need the squares first. That's 1, 2, 3. Guess 4. That's 4 hooked up there. Complicated, but that'll get the job done. That's 60 each. And that needs to go into the furnace. That's only 15 per minute. But then the cutters are going to increase that yield. That's 2 belts of 60. And right away, we're going to need to cut them in half. If we do this one first, if we combine them all in the flats, then that'll be the easiest thing to do. So 60 per minute coming out. I kind of want to be able to color code the buildings. I want to be able to paint the buildings. I don't know if we can paint the buildings yet, or if that's even a thing. So we need to assemble them into flat 60 and 60, but these only take 15. That's always a pain. So it's 30 and 30. I got to break this down into 4. It might be easier to do 4 cutters here. So it's still only getting, that's 15 per minute. That's 7.5. But then it's doubling again. So it's going to be 15 each coming out, right? 60, 15, 7.5, 7.5, but then that's going to double it. So it's going to be 15 coming out of each. And that means that we can then do this. And so if it's 15 and 15, but only 15 coming out, then we can change. We want to split them in 3. Split them in half. And then make these first. Well, they're already in half. So we need to split these and dye half of them. Okay, and then this we need to stamp out twice, I think. And the stampers are tricky because they really reduce. It only takes 15, but it's only producing 15. And I need to... Oh, do I want to dye this first? We can always dye it later. I can only do one at a time. I can only do one at a time. Okay, so we've got those little bits coming in. And the little bits we want to combine into something else. So we'll use this. Oh, crap. Are those flowers in this game? Follow-up question. Can you decorate things with flowers in the game? Yeah, I don't see flowers, but there are trees and signs and some other unlocked stuff. So I don't know. I imagine in the tech tree somewhere you get the ability to decorate more. But I don't see... There's a lot of techie stuff. I don't see a lot of things. They've got a lock on them, but I'm not sure how you unlock them yet. But these are so small, like it's really hard to see like what happens. It could also be like a challenge thing, right? Like there's no trees there. Right? It could be along here somewhere. I don't know where you unlock your decorative stuff, but yeah, at the moment I can actually place down tree or yellow trees or billboard signs, which are just like cool things to look at, I guess. All right, so that's all the components I think we need. I just then have to combine them. Gotta dye some stuff. And the hard part is going to be getting dye down here. Or maybe we have to move all these parts up. Yeah, this is not making an awful lot of blue dye, or this is not. You also upgrade. Basic blue refinery. 3, 12. Yeah, I mean, like, once you got the hang of this, it would be cool to be able to plan it. But I don't think you can plan this like you can in, like, City Skylines. I don't see that being something you can do. And I'm just trying to get things done. I'm not really trying to worry about proportions just yet. I need to dye these parts. Do I need a painter? I need blue dye down here. That's doing 10. I'm not sure what it needs per minute. So I guess we could just take the next closest thing, which would be this one. So there's oil. And then we just need to get blue dye from here. Oh, I guess what I could do is I could make another one of these and have that be here. Oh, no, can't do that. I could split this and combine it onto the belt and then decouple them. We have that ability now. So then this is going to need to be split with a sorter. Oh, that's not going to work. I have to do this separately. Don't think I have the room. I might have to go around. That's wild. Finally, that took forever. How does this compare to Satisfactory in terms of gameplay and your enjoyment? I prefer Satisfactory. It's a lot more creative. And I like the scale of Satisfactory. I think the problem here is how cramped it is. Like you don't feel like you can be very creative. Also, getting things to the building to build a building is a pain in the butt. Like I would much rather collect this stuff somewhere and then build this building rather than having to run stuff to the building, because running stuff to the building takes up all your space. So like it's not as fun. It's way more of a puzzle game in terms of space. Hello, good to see you. Welcome in. So apparently I can't. Could I link another one? Unassigned drone. Right, so I could have more things coming out of here, I guess. Resources needed. So I think I could probably put more on here. I think that's the issue. So that's 10 per minute and 10 per minute. And this is, it needs 8, but its estimated output is 7.5 per minute. So it needs like 60, 56, something like that. I think I'm interpreting that right. One, two, three, four. 5. Might as well just do them all. It doesn't give me an efficiency rating on this building, which is weird. Moira, thanks for the lurk. Get the cramped feeling just from what I've watched coming from Satisfactory, where you can have what feels like a football field of space. It's not just that. I can't go vertical in this game. Like I can't. There's drones to hop things from one place to the other, but like I can't layer a factory. I can't turn this corner into like a production facility for Polyrock. I have to like expand it out. The issue here is that I now have no way to get the blue dye that's coming out of this thing down here. I guess. No. I guess I could bring it over here. Yeah, that's probably what we need to do. So if I go from here. That is really complicated, but might be the only way to do this. That should be blue dye coming out here at some point. Really hard to see and follow, though. It worked. So this is going to be making blue dye. Blue paint, excuse me. And then now I've got to paint. I got to get all these up in that area. So we should keep. Oops. This is what I don't like. The automatic connecting is a little bit tricky. Yeah, I've not left myself a lot of room. Or any room. Okay, so that gets that stuff up here. We have to dye those ones. I'm probably going to move this. This is going to go to a painter. We can probably put these under the ground. And this is going to go to a painter. Oh, and this needs oil again? Right? No, it needs objects. Right. So this is going to
New module
output
created.
that, which is one of the things that we need. I need to split that. And one of them is going to be cut, which will be this one. Oh, that's the wrong thing. We have two different things now. And then we need to combine these guys. Do this one first, I guess. Oh, I have to split that twice. Dalara, thanks very much for the subscription. Numbers go up 56 months. Holy crap. That's incredible. Thanks so much, Dalara. So that is going to make those. And then I guess I could have put that farther down. And now we have to make this. So we can take, actually this I can probably run up here while we're here. We can start to load those in. We have to dye those too, which could be a pain. I think I have to move this down. Yeah, let's move this to here. And then does that work? If this goes there. No, that doesn't work. This is making those. This is the one for this. So we can probably run this under here. I don't like you can't turn these. I think I did it on the front side the first time. Yeah.
New module created.
Alright, so that's that one done. Not at the right ratios, of course. So then we just have this last one to do. And this is going to get more dye. So I've got to split the dye here again. And we need another one of these painters. Don't have the room to move that around. I guess I could put it this way. Probably easier to move the die than it is to move the painter. Oh, I can't go sideways in there. That's annoying. Yeah, you can't turn a corner and go into a one of these guys, these tunnels. It's frustrating. Yeah, like it has to be a straight shot. That's dumb. Well. Okay. Can I go under here? Yes. Weird that it wouldn't work before. Yeah, this is really convoluted for me. So crazy. Okay. It's more about just getting it done at this point. Is it possible to bridge over conveyor belts? No, that's what the tunnels are for. We're going to split those. I'm going to dye half of them. And then we need to combine them.
New module created.
No. There, that's all three going in now. But like it just you have to waste all this space, right? And the dye is definitely the bottleneck. Yeah, see, like at this point everything is now red because we're just on to moving something else. Why is this stopped? What is it missing? Those, I guess. They're all, oh, I've got an overlap here. That's what I don't need. Okay. Yeah, it is. It's convoluted in how it's also the first playthrough. Like the first time I played Satisfactory, it was a mess. Like it was really hard to wrap your head around things. And now that we've had the length of time we need to unlock all the things, I don't know that we would do that every time we play. I don't know. Anyway, I've got to run because that is the end of my day. I don't know what we might want to unlock. I will maybe worry about that next time. But not bad. I mean, like this entire island was empty, really, when we started. So we're currently building the Android assembly, which is the next delivery objective. When that's finished, we will probably need to move these cores somehow. But we can have this drone be anywhere, so that's going to help a little bit. I think this was a smart idea. Having all this oil, so we can just kind of pull it as we need it. I don't know if that's the best location for it. We might have been better off to have it go out that way. I don't know. I do find it difficult that you can't really zoom in. When you zoom out, it's very small, so it's kind of hard to remember what you're doing. And there's not a lot of labels going on. This has become more efficient, though. It's no longer stuck at 30. The max is 60. So that's cool. But we've got a bottleneck here now. And this is just waiting for blue dye to make blue squares, I think. Yeah. So it's the dye is the bottleneck for all of this. So that's going to take forever. Anyway, I will be back. We'll probably try this another couple of weeks. Like I'm fine with putting this on a Friday for now. I would imagine we will probably end up with somebody playing Minecraft to send you along to. Let me just see who's live. Where is my... Let's see. Bits is playing Satisfactory. Yeah, we haven't rated Bits in a while. Let's do that. That's a very, very apt landing spot because of the tie over. Bits has also done a Modulus playthrough, so you can check out its Bits on YouTube as well as Twitch and check out their Modulus playthrough as well. I will be back tomorrow on Saturday for my regular Minecraft stream. We'll be back in the command center working on those windows. We've got another stream worth of that probably to take care of. I'd like to try to get everything as symmetrical as I can so we can kind of move on and hopefully finish that up in the next couple of weeks. I'd like to try to have it finished by April. So anyway, I will point you towards patreon.com/JoelDuggan to subscribe and support the channel. You get access to the Discord. It's only $2 a month. It's less than a cup of coffee. It does a great deal to help me continue to stream. You can also check out free things like the Spawn Chunks podcast and the Citadel Cafe podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. There's video versions, audio versions. It's all out there. Thanks very much to Nadila and SweetSandi for moderating. Cheers to Cosmic as well. And I will talk to you later. Bye for now.